ready for one last haul to Durango. When planning ahead, it's a good idea to remember, don't plan too far ahead. Green. Oh, green wraps, no good. Hello. It's day 27. It is almost noontime and I'm back on the trail. Obviously a little late here. Took a 0 day yesterday in Silverton. Once I arrived there, I believe it was Friday, I hung out for the night. Got a room in a really cool old hotel from like literally 1900. Then when I woke up Saturday, I kind of realized, I did the math. I got about between 75 and 80 miles left of trail. That's only gonna take me about 3.5 days. So kind of made the decision. My cousin isn't picking me up until Wednesday night, so that's when I'm finishing. I figured I might as well just take a 0 and then get back on the trail, Sunday afternoon. And I'm glad I did. It was fun. There was a handful of other hikers in town, actually staying at that same hotel too, so that was really cool. Kind of get to hang out with people, talk a bunch. Everyone's obviously reaching the end, so kind of compare stories and where everybody was in what storms, and we were all kind of around the same areas at the same crazy thunderstorms, and just nice to hang out and talk. First of all, just to be able to hang out and talk with people, but then also people who can relate to what you've been through for the past few weeks. So I feel like I was in town forever because I got there noon on Friday, and it's now basically noon. I've picked up my resupply and I'm back on the trail on Sunday. It feels like, man, I feel like I was there forever, but it was good. And ready for this last push, and very excited. I feel good. Weather's nice. It's very cold this morning. I'm sure it's gonna be cold in the next few mornings, but whatever, we're getting there. So life is good. Had a lot of fun. Body's a little creaky this morning. My right Achilles is really been weird for the past couple days, so hopefully that warms up. But I'd say even if I have to hop on one foot these last 75 miles, that's what I'll do. Let's do it. We're Durango bound. We're almost there. Almost an hour to get a hitch this morning up from Silverton to the top of the pass, back to the trail. Started trying to hitch with 2 other hikers, and somebody pulled over, had room for 2, and they were together, so obviously, said you guys go ahead. I don't have very good luck hitching on my own. I don't know if I just don't look like a good candidate for a pickup, but after about an hour, the guy came running over the parking lot and asked if I needed a ride, so that was really cool. Hopefully, it's the last hitch I have to make. All things considered, it should be. Should just be me and these 2 feet from here to Durango. difference a couple days makes. It is like night and day different out here right now. There's not a cloud in the sky. Temperature's like perfect. It's probably, I don't know, in the high 60s with minimal wind, but like a breeze that kind of keeps you cool. I'm back wearing this thin shirt again, which is like, I've been in, you know, just about every layer I have for the past couple days. So this is so nice. Not looking at the sky and trying to race a potentially lethal thunderstorm coming over a pass. It's just blue. These are the days where you can like actually kind of enjoy the trail itself instead of just constantly doing the math in your head, trying to figure out how far you can make it and if you can beat the storm and how cold it's going to be. I'm sure it's going to be cold tonight. It was very cold this morning. It was below freezing, but you know, whatever. I'll take dry cold and only have a few more days of it anyway. It's about almost 7 o'clock. Found a spot to camp for the night, set up, got dinner soaking behind me. Got about, I'd say about 17 miles for the day, give or take, which isn't bad considering I don't think I got on the trail until 11:30 by the time I hitched and picked up my resupply and my last resupply. Got that all packed and got on the trail. I think it was almost noon, so it was nice. The weather was beautiful, and trying to just soak it all in here. I'm at about a little past mile 425, so I only have 60 miles to go, which is crazy. Was able to get a text out to Lexi. I had service, like briefly. Her whole family was at the Patriots game. Every year, the family goes to a New England Patriots game, and the cousins and the uncles and everyone, and so that was today. So that was like a real bummer to miss that because I look forward to that. And but she said they had a lot of fun, so that's cool. Completely alters my day and my night to be able to just touch base with her at the end of the day and just know like, okay, everything's all right. Just get a text to her, I'm alive. Get back from her that her and Poe are alive, and that completely helps me just go to sleep. And I'm so grateful for that. So, and interestingly enough, I camped in this little spot that I found. Kind of was like really kind of straggling along looking for a spot to camp, and was pretty beat, and found this one spot, and the trees all look good and safe, which is like a huge thing out here. Find a place where all the trees around you are alive. And a couple hunters came through, and I was talking to them briefly, and they informed me that I'm actually staying at the site. Well, let me rewind real quick. Probably about a month before I left for the trail, a woman was killed. She was sleeping in her tent, and a tree fell on her tent. She was with two other friends, and I guess the tree fell on the tent, and I don't know what the exact circumstances were, but she didn't survive, which is really tragic, and it's been on my mind the whole time, and it's kept me like super vigilant about like sites. You know, there's been times where I'm exhausted and like feel like I can't go any further. I find a great looking spot, and then I look up and it's surrounded by 5 dead trees, and I'll just keep going because that, you know, you just don't know. So it was so crazy to hear that it's really tragic. It's this tree right behind me. All the trees around me are alive, and that's why I stayed here and noticed these 2 were dead, and it's just so sad and tragic, you know, that happened. And when those guys told me that this is the spot, I was like, oh man, what a crazy. I don't know if that's irony or coincidence or anything. I mean, I've thought about this poor woman and her friends and family almost daily since I've been out here, and so to be at this site is, I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know what the word is for it, but definitely, it's another reason I'm grateful, and I count my blessings every day that I've survived this, and that my family survived at home, and life is good, and you don't know how long it's going to last, which is a big part of why I did this. Crazy stuff. So it felt good to be back on the trail. My spirits were really good. Interestingly enough, my body doesn't feel that great. I'm having a real issue with my right Achilles, and my my right foot just feels really off. I don't know if I fractured something in there along the way, or it's a stress fracture, or if it's just some tendon issue or whatever, but I'm definitely hobbling, but whatever, man. We gotta hobble 60 miles, we'll hobble 60 miles. So been another good day, and emotional day, and I'm very grateful, and I'm gonna eat some dinner and go to bed. So all right, thanks for following, and if you're still hanging in there with me, we're almost there. So a couple more days.